can see the Angolan team being introduced there. The man with a big legacy, because Angola is known as a big team in Africa. And there's a Coach Apolinario Paquet of Angola, the head coach, who will be looking to take Angola back to the glories of yesteryears. And we have the introduction of the Moroccan team now. And Coach Flash, what do you make of this Moroccan team?
Very technically sound team, very solid, very great fundamentals, well-coached basketball team. They play hard. You know, they know how to play. They play together for a while now. So it's going to be a very good contest. But, you know, they really have a couple of players that really stepped up. You know, especially their star point guard, number 3.
Noel Bazer.
Yep.
And here's the head coach, Mohamed Mesbahi. And he's got a very big task ahead of him. His team has done well so far, but he knows the challenge that lies ahead.
Yeah, look, he knows the challenge that lies ahead.
And we'll be taking a break to listen to the national anthems. And we'll get the proceedings started here. And some players to look out for on other team. As we'll speak about that as we get closer to the tip-off here and we get introduced to the starting 5. But for the crew chief today, we have Salim El-Menshawi of Egypt. The other umpire is Jerome Dennis of Mauritius and Fonta Touré of Mali. 3 officials here, very experienced. Very often we've seen them on our screens, and they'll be looking to continue that. And Angola starting 5 is going to be introduced here to us, but that man, one man to look out for is the captain, Aguinaldo Neto, who is already very well known on the continent, having won the BAL Season 4 with Petro de Luanda and a key member of the NBA Academy.
Yep, as you speak about him, he's right there in the starting 5. Neto number 4, and then Sisa number 7, number 6 rather, and then it goes to number 7. You got Abraham number 9, and you got Kamboma in the starting 5 for Angola.
And that man Abraham, also averaging 17.3 points per game, has been the unsung hero for this Angolan team. And here comes the Moroccan team, and you can see them. There are a lot of athleticism, a lot of size, but they've also got a lot of skill power.
Yep. Then you have the Moroccan. Then you have their star point guard El Bazi. You got number 5 Solhi. You got Nahimi number 6. You got Karim number 10, and you got number 99 Bahmad.
And that's a very good team put together by that man there, Mohamed Mesbahi.
That is the head coach for the Moroccan national team, Mohamed Mesbahi.
And you speak about this Moroccan team and just the firepower that they have. They've got that man there, Karim, who's, despite his injury early on in the tournament, he's come back and just shown how good a player is, averaging 100% on the free throw line to give us 15.3 points and 4.7 rebounds. Everything to play for here as we are tipping up the first of the men's quarterfinals.
There's their star point guard Neto. This kid is an amazing player. He plays both ends of the floor. You know, he's a very good shooter. He's a very good defender. But he gets Angola going. He's also playing for the senior national team for Angola as well. He's now part of that squad. Also an NBA academy player.
And he was also part of the Petro de Luanda team that won the season 4 of the BAL, and definitely a star. He leads this team, and he was the captain. He was also part of the team 2 years ago in Madagascar that played in the under-18 AfroBasket that lost in the 3rd and 4th playoff to the Malian team.
Yeah, look, I mean, for his young age, he's fairly well-traveled and is very experienced. And the Angolan under-18 squad right now are really, really reaping the rewards of having him as one of their star players. But not only just a star player, but he's also their team leader, as a team captain. So he does lead by example.
And here's this young man, Manuel Kamboma, also part of the NBA Academy team. And he's been doing very well. He's a young forward, part of this team, this core Angolan team. And he's really managed to get them going with his almost 10 points per game and 7.3 rebounds.
Very interesting player. He is a very decent and nice forward. He can shoot the 3-ball as well, so he plays stretch 4. He stretches the floor very well. Good handles for his size.
And you know, he's, like you said, very interesting player for his size as a forward, able to shoot the ball really well and able to really just get it going. And this Moroccan team, very, very good, obviously. Their ability to just stick together, and there's that point guard, Noah El Bazi, who does really well, 8.7 points per game, but more importantly, he's the guy who gets them going in terms of just playmaking ability and overall leadership on the court as their starting point guard.
Great size for a point guard as well. He's about 6'1", 6'2". You know, very steady with the basketball, very safe with the basketball. He doesn't turn the ball over too much. He takes care of the basketball. But like you said, he's the engine. He gets everybody playing. He knows when to find Karim, his other star a guard that really leads the Moroccan team in scoring.
In fact, it is Ryan Solly who leads the Moroccan team in scoring, despite Karim being more efficient. Ryan Solly has been fantastic also, 18.7 points per game. And imagine having a point guard such as Noah El Bazi. You have Noah El Bazi at the point guard. You have Ryan Solly, as well as that man, Omar Karim, to just give you the offense. You're looking at almost 40 points per game from just those three, 45 points per game.
Absolutely. Great team, well coached, very poised team in any situation that they find themselves in. They don't panic. But today they're up against a very physical and very good Angolan team that will actually really test them all the way to the end of the game.
And no love lost between these teams. However, losing here would remove the possibility of getting up on the podium, as this is the quarterfinals for the men's under-18 AfroBasket. A very tough matchup between these two teams, and we'll be looking to see who books the spot in the semi-finals. And as you know each year, the winner of the semi-final will go on to play the winner of the game between Cameroon and Rwanda. And we have the Moroccan starting five here. That man, like you mentioned, Soli, has been nothing short of fantastic and has just exhilarated us. A very good player to watch, very poised, like you mentioned, and this should be an even matchup. A very good contest for us to witness.
Absolutely, I'm really privileged to be here to witness this quarterfinals. Two great teams, and like you said, we know love lost, but I'm sure both of these teams are going to go and give us a very good display of basketball.
And to get the proceedings started underway here, live in Pretoria, and not quite sure who the possession will go to, and that is Angola's possession. Very good follow-up there by that man, Josemar Cesar. Mateus Abrahams, Josemar Cesar. And almost a mishandle there by Celestino Augusto. Good kick out. Cesar will unable to convert. That is Mateus Abraham. And that man, Omar Karim, pushes the ball up, finds his teammates, and Sol is unable to convert. Both teams have had fairly open looks on the three-point line so far. And Morocco will just put on that pressure because they know they don't want to get that man, Aguinaldo Neto, going.
Absolutely true. You really want to somewhat face guard Neto because he is literally the one guy against this Angolan team playing, but he can also create his shot as well at the same time. Here goes that man Karim dancing.
Very beautiful crossover. Very beautiful shot there. And the three-point shot is converted by that man. He's opened up the proceedings here. Omar Karim scoring 3 points already to get this team started. And it's very refreshing to see two teams that shoot so well on the three-point line match up. And somehow Neto manages to keep that in play. And it's Morocco who break out in transition. And Florida converted there by none other than Ryan Soli. The two Moroccan stars, scoring stars that have already gotten them started.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they really do push the ball very well, these Moroccan teams, so you really got to be in a position where you get back on defense. Your transition defense got to be really on point because they don't give up. They'll push the ball the whole game. So you're really going to make sure that you really do get back on defense.
And there comes Ryan Soli with his first foul of the game. And his coach will be hoping that's his last foul of the game.
He needs him. He needs him. But here's a very interesting matchup. Neto with the basketball, he steps out. But it's a very interesting matchup. Neto against El Bazi, two star point guards. You know, so El Bazi is taking it upon himself to really guard Neto. It's going to be really interesting.
And there's Albazo with the ball, and Josemar Cesar playing defense on him there. And the foul called against Neto.
Yeah, they ran that set very well. It's literally a back screen for the point guard coming off from the top. And if you're sleeping on the weak side, you're going to be in trouble. As Neto was sleeping for a little bit there, but it's very communication at all times when you play against this Moroccan team, especially on defense.
And Morocco with the ball. And Omar Karim razzles and dazzles. Wide open three-point shot, air ball, and Neto comes off with the rebound. And Kamboma misses at point-blank range.
Should have made that, Kamboma. That was a great pass by Neto.
Neto takes a three of his own, front iron. And Angola will be disappointed in themselves for not converting that wide open layup. Ryan Solly is just fantastic. His ability to just find his way through that Angolan defense. And Jose Marceza. And there's a head injury there on Jose Marceza as he's wincing in pain.
Yeah, Morocco has opened up a 7-point lead earlier on in the game, or rather early on in the game.
And you can see there just how Ryan Solly manages to find the rim. Let it be a floater, a layup or something.
Soft touch by the big man.
But also there you see his foul.
Here's that back pick that allows El-Bazi to be fouled by Neto. There's got to be a good communication. As you can see, coach from Angola, Mr. Apolinaro Bakwete, really trying to back some instructions from the side, talking to his players to say, you got to watch the back pick, we got to communicate.
And as you say that man is walking, Jose Marceza taking that knock to his head, and he's subbed in by Fernando Maquina, who dazzled us with a few dunks in their win against the defending champions, Egypt.
This is going to be interesting contest between Neto and El-Bazi.
And Angola keep the ball with 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
So far so good for El-Bazi. He managed to play good defense against Neto. Now Angola has 2 seconds to whip it up.
And they do manage to get a shot up by Mateus Abraham, but that shot is no good. And you can see Solly calling for an isolation play there, as the ball is reversed to that point guard El-Bazi. Slick, but unable to get it to fall. And Udela with the ball. Udela kick out to Kamboma. Kamboma 3 is good to open up the scoring here for Angola. Both teams have done a very good job at getting open on the 3-point line so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's great job by the guards by penetrating and kicking, finding an open man, especially when you have Kambona sitting in the wing waiting for you to kick the ball out to him, because he can make that 3. He's one of those very smooth forwards that can stretch the floor. He's one of those forwards that can really stretch the floor. Whether you play him at the 5 or at the 4, he becomes a stretch forward.
And Aguinaldo Neto there, just getting clogged up every time he touches the ball. Somebody is there to, more than one person in fact, they don't want him to get going in transition.
They can't afford to do that, so surely, I mean, by now everybody's scattered everybody, but unfortunately for him, he's well known around the continent at his young age, so all the coaches have gone through a scouting report and they've sat down during film sessions with their teams and told their teams this is what it does best, this is what we're going to do to be able to navigate him getting to his stride, especially on offense.
And Angola taking slightly longer to get an inbound there, as that ball gets turned over. And very well done there as that man, Ryan Solly, not only scores the 6 points of the game, but gets an and one after beautiful transition play and connection between Solly and Karim.
Good ball movement. I mean, rather good take by Karim, throwing all the defenders, and he's finding his teammate wide open on a dime. But you could tell that all along as he's dribbling the ball down the floor, he's looking for his mates. If he doesn't get the layup, he'll find somebody.
And Solly gets that to drop. Angola not doing a good job getting back on defensive transition there. And they very easily break the press, and you can see Mateus Abraham saying he's got a mismatch and you'd like the ball. Kamboma now. And three-point shot by Mateus Abraham, by Udela, rather, is good. And Angola begin this game with 2 3-pointers. And that is one thing about this Angolan team. Their identity comes in shooting. Very well passed. Good pass by Neto to find Udela to score that. And just like that, the game is back to 2 points. And Albaze will try to bring the ball up here. Very interesting to note that no other team has more medals than Angola in this tournament, sitting with 4 gold, 7 silver, and 2 bronze medals.
Yeah, I mean...
And there's an offensive foul against Manuel Kamboma.
Yeah, so Angola has been, for the longest of time, had a stranglehold on the continent in terms of basketball. You know, and they did extremely well during their golden era. But obviously now there's more teams in the continent that are more organized, that are well coached, that are really putting the investment in basketball, and they're producing very good players. And the gap is somewhat closed.
And Neto comes up with a steal there after, and he turns it over actually, couldn't connect.
Wasted possession by Morocco. I mean, it was a 4-on-2, if not a 4-on-1. They were just casual about the whole situation in terms of executing there.
And that was squandered by their captain, Otmar Zahir. And another 3-point attempt by Angola, this time by Manuel Kamboma, no good. And just the pace Karim has to push it down the floor. He misses that, but Noah Elbaze is there to clean it up.
The Moroccan bench is complaining, saying that it was a travel by the Angolan player.
And another dispossession there, and a slick behind the back pass by Noah Elbaze. And he finds Ryan Soli for a 3. And the force coach Apolinario Bacoete to call a timeout here as Morocco tries to run away with this lead at 15-8. With just under 2 minutes, with just under 3 minutes, Coach Apolinario Bacoete has called a timeout to get his team to regroup as Morocco enjoys a 15-8 lead. Angola has squandered a few opportunities, and their main player there, their point guard and their captain, Aguinaldo Neto, has had 2 turnovers already and unable to convert. And you can see just how much pressure they're putting on him, forcing David Udela to bring the ball up. And the ball with Manuel Kamboma. finds Makwina. And Udela, the sidestep three, doesn't drop. And the rebound is picked up by that man Marcelo Paulinho, but he was fouled by by Ryan Mukrim of Morocco. So it's going to be Angola inbounding from the baseline. The ball now with that man, Aguinaldo Neto. Finds Kamboma, wide open three, unable to convert. Neto with the rebound. Acrobatic finish, unable to get that to fall. And there goes Fernando Makwina on the follow-up, and he gets fouled. So he's going to step up to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And it seems to be a lapse of concentration for Morocco there.
Yeah, Neto has a very deceiving vertical for a point guard. I mean, the kid can really get up. So his finishes, especially against big guys, are very impressive, just based on the fact that his vertical is quite high as well. But he's actually a very strong guard. You know, you can tell that he's one of those kids that probably hit the gym, getting his body right. And I mean, he hasn't scored so far, but you know, it's just the first quarter, and they will need him to get going.
Yep. And that man, Omar Karim, just causing all the problems there. As Paulino Makwina loses the ball and Ryan Soli gets the ball. Omar Karim with the three that will connect. My oh my. This team is just firing on all cylinders.
Yep. Omar Karim and Ryan Soli are the two scorers from the guard position that are going to hurt you. Oh,
and good. One play there by Manuel Kamboma. And you can see the disbelief of Ryan Mukrim as he picks up his second foul.
He's definitely going to go to the bench, Mukrim.
And Kamboma giving Angola some much needed offensive power there, just a bit of a boost, as he's now up to 5 points with the ability to make it 6. And like you mentioned, he's gotten Mukrim into foul trouble, so Mukrim's got to go to the bench now. And Yusuf Nagimi looks undersized compared to his Angolan counterpart, Marcelo Paulinho. And that free throw is good as Kamboma continues on his run to do well for this Angolan team. And Angola back into the zone. And Omar Karim steps up for a three, this time air ball. Rebound picked up by Paquina as he finds Neto. Neto unable to connect with David Udela. And so he with the ball, and he gets that to fall. He's now up to 12 points in this first quarter alone.
Yeah, tough take by the young man, but he does believe in his abilities. As you can see him flexing his muscles there, because that's a big time play against Angolan bigs.
And just like that, Morocco are in foul trouble. So Marcelo Paulinho will step up to shoot 2 free throws as he was fouled away from the play.
My producer Tsepo Malpani just reminding me that Neto still hasn't scored in this game, which is quite true. Very concerning for Angola at this point in time, but the young man is probably pacing himself he will get back to it.
But has also found other ways to be productive and just contribute to this, as there's a foul there committed by Marcelo Polino.
I tell you something about the Moroccan bigs. They have very great footwork. They really understand angles, but also, they've been taught extremely well, especially how to work, how to get open against very strong forwards and centers, how to use your footwork. So their footwork is impeccable.
Couldn't have said it better. And that man, Mohamed Bahmad, with 9 points per game and 6.7 rebounds, hits an airball free throw. So that will automatically be Angolan ball.
Nevs, I would put that to. It's got to be Nevs.
And this team just putting maximum pressure on Neto. As another turnover by David Udela. And Omar Karim. Back to that point guard, Noel Bazin. And Morocco just moving the ball well, and Angola's okay with them moving the ball that high up. And then a 3-point shot, no good, picked up by Albaza, and a beautiful putback by Mohamed Bahmad. As Morocco go into the break with 22 points to Angola's 14 here in this quarterfinal of the FIBA U18 AfroBasket in Pretoria, South Africa. And we are back here for the second quarter of this very entertaining game, quarterfinal of the boys under 18 FIBA AfroBasket between Angola and Morocco. And you can see Coach Paqueta there just having a few words to say to his Angolan team to sort of light a fire under them to get them going in this second quarter before Morocco gets too far gone with the lead.
I'm not so sure if Coach Paqueta needs to fire some light. Already the occasion speaks to itself. It's a quarterfinal and you lose. You're not going through. So I'm sure it's just emphasizing the fact that they need to, do better.
Oh, and you can see beautiful crossover there by Albaze on Fernando Makina, also known as the Machine. It doesn't get much better than that by that man, Omar Karim. The ball now with Neto, and he finds Manuel Kamboma. Beautiful pass to Fernando Makina to find Kamboma in the corner, and Kamboma will hang, not score. And very good defensive rotation there by the Moroccans.
Coach Bagherto is not happy with Kamboma.
And understandably so. Just a beautiful take there by that man, Ryan Soli. But it is Neto who breaks out in transition and finds that man, Marcelo Polino, to open the proceedings here in the second quarter. And Marcelo Polino, who is playing with Deportivo d'Agosto in the capital, in Angola, and missed shot there. And miscommunication between the two players.
Yeah, that's a terrible turnover by Neto. I mean, the guy is not looking at him and he just throws the pass. As he steps off the floor via substitution, he hasn't really fired in all singers. Both the star players for Angola, Kamboma and Neto, are going to sit. This should be really interesting as to see who now takes over in the Angolan team and step up and try to get things going for their team.
They've got that man there, number 9, Abraham Mateus, who's the second leader. Oh, but he gets schooled there by Mukrim. By Basmad, my apologies.
Like I said, I mean, these Moroccan forwards are fundamentally sound. Their footwork is impeccable. I mean, that right there is all footwork.
And that man, Abraham Mateus, will step up to shoot 2. He is averaging 17.3 points per game, 9.3 rebounds, and 88% on the free throw line.
Here's what Angola doesn't want to do, Shine. Angola doesn't want to let Morocco build a big lead, because Morocco knows how to play with leads. They'll protect that lead and they'll put you under pressure. But I mean, scoreboard pressure, it's very important in basketball.
And he misses that first free throw. He gets encouraged by his teammate Marcelo Polino as he makes the second.
I guess we all need a little encouragement in life. As you can see that his teammate encouraged him and he makes a second free throw.
See Angola playing slightly more intense defense. But that man, ever calm and collected, Omar Karim. And there's a backcourt violation called against Morocco. Omar Karim lost the handle there after there was quite some high defensive intensity on him, and the captain, the Moroccan captain, Otmar Zahir, not particularly happy with that call.
Yeah, so I mean that's what Angola needs to do.
And Sansao Wika there, who's just come in, he had a massive three-pointer. And before they could inbound the ball, there's already a turnover. That man of Primeiro de Agosto, Marcelo Polino, is called for an offensive foul.
That is just a horrible mistake.
And definitely not something that he wants to do.
Nah, not at all, especially when his team is down like this. But Angola going to pick it up defensively, as you can see them doing now. But the problem is this Moroccan team knows how to pass the ball and they know how to create space. And they're very comfortable with each other.
And Josemar Cesar there picks up the... But he loses the handle and he turns that ball over. And for all the mistakes that Angola have made, they're only down 7 points, still within reach.
Yeah, and I think that's where Morocco need to capitalize on Angolan mistakes and really look to push the score while Angola is still trying to find themselves.
And another missed shot there. And the foul is called against Mateus Abraham, who is said to have elbowed Otmar Zahir, the Moroccan captain.
Yeah, it's a tough call. I mean, both the kids are going for the rebound. The other one is just jumping up, coming down with his hands. I think that's a good acting job. I mean, he has future in Hollywood, this kid.
And Ryan Solly with the ball. And he gets that to drop somehow with very little space to maneuver around that, and he goes up to 14 points.
Yeah, and here's that sign, too small. It's basically saying to the Angolan players that you guys can't guard me. I got this in the bag.
And just some very good defense there by Morocco, forcing the turnover of David Udela. David Udela will not be happy with himself. He's up to 4 turnovers this game. And Morocco missed that shot, and the rebound picked up by Angola.
I think Coach Pagete from Angola needs to come back with Neto. I don't see, as I say that, Neto stands up.
And unlucky on that make there, as Angola missed on 3 occasions, second and third chance opportunities. And Josemar Cesar is the one who gets fouled. Neto comes in for David Udela, who's already accumulated 4 turnovers in this game alone.
Yep. Now Morocco's going to counter that, and they come back with
Omar Karim.
Albeza is going to the bench. Omar gets right back in.
And that is not good news for Angola, as they've just introduced 2 prolific scorers, and Sansao Weka loses that ball. And you can see Soli there trying to break free from that man. Very acrobatic finish, but unable to get it to drop. And somehow Abraham Mateus gets that to drop. That man on that tough take and the rebound gets it to fall after a wide open miss by Sansao Weka. And the ball now with Yusuf Umu. And Yusuf Umu throws it right in the hands of Aguinaldo Neto, the NBA Academy man, the BAL champion.
The Angolan senior national team player. It's got to be a foul there.
And Marcelo Paulinho Primero de Agosto has taken a knock on that putback attempt, so he'll be stepping up to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Ryan Soli heads to the bench as Adam Buyetu steps on. Angola with an opportunity to bring this within 5.
I mean, as badly as they played so far, they're still in the game, as we rightfully put it earlier on, Shine. They haven't really set this game alight as yet, but, they're still within range, and that's a big testament to what they've done as well, just to making sure that they stay in charge. It's only a 5-point game. It's only a 6-point game right now.
It's a 2-possession game, and Angola have not been shy to make threes, as coach Mohamed Mesbahi calls a timeout with 4 minutes 37 seconds left in the second quarter. And you can see Coach Paqueta giving more and more instructions to his players, especially on the defensive end, as Angola looks to make a comeback in this game. This semi-final that is already so tightly contested. This quarter-final, rather, that is so tightly contested.
You can't wait to go to the semi-final here.
I mean, no one can at this stage.
There's a full court press by Angola. They're trying to make sure that they slow the game down if they don't pick up the steal.
And Neto, what a prolific defender. And they leave Otmar Zahir wide open, and he misses that three-point shot, but the rebound is collected by Morocco. As very good play there, and a beautiful finish by Mohamed Bahmad.
Good footwork by Bahmad. Waiting for everybody else to jump up in the air. Took his time, didn't rush. Could have even picked up a foul as well.
And Josamar Cesar unable to convert that. Just a beautiful display of handles there by Omar Karim.
Look at the ball movement by Morocco.
Sansao Wika staying with his man. And the foul is called. And it's going to be called against Marcelo Paulino.
No panic at any stage on that possession. They took the shot clock all the way to 4 seconds. They used 20 seconds just to get into their offense. That is a mark of a team that's been together for a while. They know what they're supposed to be doing. Another air ball. This is interesting. That's the second air ball from the free throw line.
Definitely not what these men were hoping for. The Atlas Lions of Morocco. And another miss. Omar Karim with a wide open three-point shot. Misses that. Marcelo Paulino picks up the rebound. And Angola quickly moved the ball as Neto tried to find Paulino, who was cutting. And he manages to get that to finish. A man from Primero de Agosto. De Agosto gets that to drop. And another foul there. And Angola is now in the penalty.
Great play by Omar Karim. This kid knows how to play, there's no question about that.
Kamboma steps back on. The man from the NBA Academy steps back on. And Omar Karim, like you mentioned, the man knows how to play, and he shows that with that converted free throw. And another converted free throw. He is now up to 8 points. Neto steps up for a three, front iron. And very well finished there by Noel Baze. And forces the timeout as we reach the biggest lead of the game at 10 points.
I mean, that's just a great display of ball handling skills and making sure that you attack the rim, you know, making sure that you put the Angolan defenders under pressure.
And you can see the Angolan ladies there who lost yesterday in the quarterfinals. And they're here still, nevertheless, to show support to the men's team. And that Angolan team, the ladies team, lost very narrowly to Cameroon by only 2 points.
Yeah, and they had the last possession with about 6 seconds to go, if I'm not mistaken, to win the game.
And it wasn't meant to be. And Angola gets a rebound here, and Aguinaldo is picked up on the full court by Noah Albaze. Very smart defender. And Neto finds Kamboma. Kamboma all the way to the rack, unable to get that to drop. And Otmar Zahir, the captain of Morocco, picks up that foul.
And Kamboma does have that in his arsenal as a basketball player. He can shoot the 3-ball very well for a stretch 4, but also he can put the ball on the floor and attack. And I think that's what his coach was asking of him before he subbed him earlier on, to say, hey, you don't just stand there and just keep on rotating the ball. You got to attack. You're one of our main scorers. We need you to pick up your scoring prowess.
And he misses the first free throw.
Coach Pakete is not entirely happy, as he's chewing very strongly on his gum. That could be, misses the second free throw.
And that's definitely not something that Angola wants here, but that man has been struggling on the free throw line at 43% throughout the competition. And Angola just playing some better defense, but they get caught there as Mateus Abraham reaches, and that's going to take Albaze to the free throw line to shoot 2. And this is not the start that Angola was hoping for.
All is not lost. I mean, it's minute 55 seconds. They're only down 10 so far. I think they'll probably go back to, I think they'll go back to the change room during the break and really talk about it. Probably come back fired up for the 3rd and 4th. But at the moment, it is Morocco that is leading by 10. And they're playing good basketball so far.
And very well done there by Josemar. Not Josemar, sorry, Josemar Cesar. And it seems as though Angola just plays a pick and roll and doesn't really have many sets there. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
Uncharacteristic of Neto as a floor general, letting the shot clock run off with him having the ball in his hand. You will expect him to do something, either create or try to take it upon himself.
And you can see hands on the knees, just goes to show how much this contest, how physical this contest has been. And Otman Zahir will shoot a 3, and he gets that to drop. We now have the biggest lead of the game at 13 points in favor of this Moroccan team. And just a lot of dribbling and a lot of isolation play here by Angola as the shot clock winds down and there needs to be another hero ball. And a bit of pressure here from Angola as Otman Zahir has the ball, finds his point guard Noah Albaze.
Cool, calm and collected Noah Albaze, knowing exactly what to do in these situations. That's a mark of a very good point guard.
So well done there by that man Omar Karim as he gets into double figures with that layup, now up to 10 points. And the woes continue for Angola as the game now sits at 37-22 with just under 10 seconds left for the first half. And Neto gets his first basket to drop on an and one. And that man who's an 82% free throw shooter finally gets on the scoreboard.
After 2 tough quarters so far, that's his first look at the bucket. Even then, it's not an easy look. You know, it's a tough one.
He really wanted his man, Marcelo Paulino, to score that. And Neto gets that to drop. And that brings this half to a close with the score sitting at 37-25 in this men's quarterfinal at the FIBA U18 AfroBasket. And we are back here live for the second half of this quarterfinal. Honestly, half Angola wishes to forget as they trail by 12 points and are only able to get their starter, their star point guard and their captain Aguinaldo Neto going with the last play of the game, in fact, whereas you have that man there, Noah Albaze, who has had a rather good game so far with his 4 points, but the most of the offensive contributions came from Ryan Soli, who has 14 points, and Omar Karim with 10, as Angola continues to struggle. However, Coach Apolinario Paquete probably has spoken to his team and has willed them to keep going, where Coach Mohamed Mesbahi has been telling his team to continue doing what they've been doing that has worked for them so far.
Yeah, of course, in the change room, you're going to have two contrasting messages going to both teams. If you coach the Moroccan team, you literally just say to them, keep at it. Whatever we're doing is working so far. Make sure that you don't let down. If you're Angola,
it's starting off on a good note, as you've seen. Angola ran a beautiful set to get that star player of theirs, like Aguinaldo Neto, going, and wasn't to pay dividends just yet.
Yeah, if you're Angola, you really want to say to you guys, let's step it up a little bit. Kamboma and Neto needs to get involved in the offense more often than not. And you have to do just that. You have to get a couple of steals, play good defense, and attack the rim just like that, but you got to convert.
And that man, Marcelo Polino, will be very frustrated with himself because that's not the type of contribution he's known for making. And good ball movement there by Morocco as the shot clock winds down. Still very calm, under no pressure whatsoever. And a beautiful dish there by Omar Karim to just find Ayman Ajuna to get him going.
There's no question about it how this Moroccan team will rotate the ball, will run their offense, will spend a better time off their shot clock. Good kick. Good defense by Morocco.
And shot there by David Udela does not fall as Najimi hits the deck.
It's tough going earlier on for Angola.
And Morocco continue to just use their shot clock to the full of its to its entirety. And 6 seconds left on the shot clock there as Morocco will inbound the ball.
Very patient team, Morocco. They understand how to play.
As patient as they are, they also know when to push a tempo of the game. As that man gets a wide open jump shot, does not get it to fall. That man being Omar Karim.
As you can see, Angola have switched to a zone defense. Oh,
and very well finished, a good wraparound. Not often you see a man of that size getting to do that. And that man being Manuel Kamboma.
Very bright future this kid has, Manuel Kamboma. A lot of teams will love to have a big that can stretch the floor, a big that is mobile, a big that has nice touches and can rebound as well.
And Angola get that rebound. Still a 12-point difference here after that finish by Najimi. And the ref calls a moving screen on that man, Manuel Kamboma.
Yeah, doesn't get worse than this for Angola.
And that's his second foul of the game. And speaking about, obviously, how worse it gets, the stakes could not be any higher here, as the winner goes through to the semi-final and puts themselves in a position to become finalists. As you know, the finalists will go represent Africa at the FIBA U18 World Cup final next year, taking place in Switzerland.
Two-three zone, Angola is sitting on now, trying to mix it up, trying to give Morocco a different look.
That man Ryan Soli scores his 17th point off the game. He has been electric, and that shot seems to have taken the wind out of this Angolan team, As you can see by their body language, that many still look very desolate.
Great defense. Oh,
and turnover
nice.
there.
Good transition defense by Neto. He's still getting back on defense. That's a good sign for Angola, but Angola's got to start taking care of the basketball. They've got to make sure they start putting some scoring. They're trying to push for a scoring run, just to try and get themselves back into the game.
And they will do just that beautiful touch pass, and they get a wide open shot, and it falls by that man, Omar Karim, as he gets his 13 points, and the lead is now stretched to 18.
See how it means for him. Very intense player is Karim. Another loose handle is by Angola.
And Angola just seems to control the ball a bit better, as that man Josemar Cesar goes to the bench, and Augustino Celestino steps in the court. Celestino Augusto, rather. And Kamboma is the man with the answers to get them going, as he now gets up to 10 points.
They need to find him almost all the time down on offense, because he is their guy.
Very well done, the display of handles, but that shot was not to fall. And we must commend Neto for his defense. And you can see the Morocco doing everything to not get the ball in Neto's hands. And it's going to be Celestino Augusto with a 3. Does not get it to fall. And the rebound by Marcelo Polino is stolen by Noah Albaze.
It's tough going for Angola at the moment. Look at the footwork, impeccable. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't drop, but you gotta love the footwork.
Oh, beautiful crossover. And to the rack goes Neto as he gets that to drop. And I think Coach Apolinario Paquete and the rest of the Angolan fans will be wanting this blitz, as even the camera struggles to keep up with him.
He's quick lightning, this kid. I think at some point he's gonna have to take it upon himself to get going and try and get his other mate Kambona to get going as well, because between Neto and Kambona, those are the two guys that can fill the stat sheet.
Without forgetting number 9, Mateus Abraham, who is the second leading scorer for this Angolan team. And both of Neto's field goals have been and ones, and he's made right by converting on the free throw line. And Angola the higher defense. As you see there, Nagimi. And Neto just rushing back on defense, moving from side to side tirelessly and getting that tip to take the ball out. He's going to need to have a big second half if his team is to stand a chance.
Absolutely. The onus are upon him to really give his team a chance. A very rare turnover by El Bazi. You don't see that picture very often. It's generally very steady with the basketball.
And Adilson Mwandumba also steps on for this Angolan side. And the ball, Neto asked for the ball to be in his hand, rather commanded that the ball goes into his hand, and you see why. And Carvalho will take a shot. He would miss that. Neto rebounded. He'll take a shot himself, and he gets that to drop.
Yeah,
now that man is going.
Now he's now looking to score. He's now looking for the ball. He's chasing the ball everywhere.
And Nagimi with the ball. Mukrim misses that. Neto gets another rebound. And another missed shot there. And it's going to be Angola's ball. Angola just upped the ante a bit. They needed that man, Neto, to get going for them to also find their sort of confidence. And join him in on this journey, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's their team leader. He's the captain of the team. He's the guy that gets them going.
And he gets a three, doesn't get it to drop. Mwandambo the rebound, Cavalli gets that to drop. And we're back to a single-digit differential between the two teams here. And the kind of effort Angola wanted.
They just needed to up their ante a little bit and force this Moroccan team into making mistakes.
And just defensively, this team has been very serious, and Neto wanting the ball in his hands as he makes a beautiful pass there to find that man Mwandumba under the rim to score that, and it's now a 7-point game. Angola just found a second wind, sort of like new energy.
Yep, they really came out to play, especially in the last 5 minutes of this third quarter, because they realized that the game was getting away from them. Now they started to pick up their energy, to pick up their scoring. Neto looking for the ball more, looking to score every single time he touches the ball, but also pushing tempo just to make sure that he gets his guys, I mean, right there is a case in point where he just throws the ball ahead on a fast break, finding his mate over there for an easy two. They need to do that more often. They need to put this Moroccan team under pressure.
And I'm pretty sure that's what Coach Apolinaro Paqueta is telling his team. And this is the first time actually Coach Mohamed Mesbahi has been forced to call a timeout because of this Angolan run.
Yeah, absolutely true. I mean, he has been enjoying a better part of double-digit leads from the first quarter all the way to the second quarter. Only now, he's doing the actual coaching.
And this has been their biggest scoring lead as they've managed to cut this down back to 7 points. What was once a 17-point lead, an 18-point lead in the beginning of this quarter, in fact, when the score sat at 45-27.
Yep.
And they've managed to cut that down back to 7 with an 11-point run.
It'll be interesting to see how they respond, the Moroccan team, after that timeout by coach. There it is. Turnover. And
there's a foul called on Ryan Soli. And it's going to be Angola's ball.
Definitely momentum with Angola at this point in time.
And very good defense there by Celestino Augusto, who's not had a particularly great tournament with 6.3 points per game, despite the 10-7 rebounds. They're shooting poorly from the free throw line at 40%. And Neto with the three, doesn't drop, but very good defense by Mwandambo to attempt. And another missed shot by Angola, and they'll be looking to right these wrongs, and they get right back. And the defense has been their transition, the difference has been their transition defense. And the rebounding ability, as Mwandambo gets the ball there, tries to push it up the floor, finds Agostino Celestino, who travels, Celestino Augusto.
You can tell when Angola up the tempo, especially on defense, they're forced to take very quick shots, and those shots it's no longer comfortable anymore for Morocco, especially shooting from the outside. There's guys who are running up to them who are really trying to stop.
And they've put enough pressure on Morocco, forcing coach Mohamed Mesbahi to take out his two-star players in Ryan Soli and Omar Kahem.
And he doesn't often do that. He generally just keeps either one of them on the floor at all times to to try and make sure that he's got enough scoring balance. Now El Bazi has been pampered by defense by the Angolan.
And Mukim doesn't get that to drop, and I think the foul will be called against Celestino Augusto. He makes that first free throw. Very calm and very collected. And that man, Ryan Mukim, adding to his tally, and he's shooting. Those are his first free throws, in fact, of the tournament.
Oh, that was a bad error in judgment by Augusto. Just throwing the ball back to NATO. Throwing the ball back to NATO on a back court instead of just catching the ball and facing and putting it on the floor and try to attack.
I mean, that is a man who knew where the ball should go. And just some good defense there by Neto and Carvalho. And Mwandambo gets the ball and he goes up.
That's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. I mean, you cannot foul the guy from behind at this point in time.
And it seems as though the referee has deemed that a normal foul.
That would be really interesting if he did that. Yep, you're correct. It is a normal foul. You can see Coach Baghetti from Angola signaling unsportsmanlike foul. But clearly, according to the referee, El Bazi was going for the ball. That would be the interpretation.
And he misses that first free throw. That man with some very good defense so far today, Adilson Wandumba. And another free throw as Ryan Mukim stepped in a little too soon.
Yep. Good call by the official.
And he still missed that, but he gets his own rebound as Angola comes off with the ball with Carvalho now. Carvalho finds Mwandambo. Mwandambo. No chance for him there. And he finds the ball, gives the ball to Neto, who hits the deck, but no foul called.
Interesting again.
And Albaza with the ball. And missed three-pointer there. Rebound picked up by Celestino Augusto. And a block there by Manuel Kamboma.
What is Celestino Augusto doing, y'all?
It's got to be the nerves kicking in at this stage, and I think that's exactly why he's going to be subbed by that man.
Two crucial turnovers that probably cost 4 points, if not 6 points, if not 5 points, but something, because Angola gets to make 2 threes and then, you know, or they get to get 2 layups or go 2 shots, 2 field goals. They're good. They play right back in the game.
And Angola just everywhere on defense now. But good patience there. And big rebound. And that would make way for Aguinaldo Neto to run. And he misses that layup. And Morocco now has time. And they're going to try to wind this down. And that man, Omar Karim, calls an ISO as he sees Carvalho in front of him. And yep, he manages to blow by him as he dishes the ball out to Mohamed Bahmad, and the lead back up to 11. And Noel Bazi gets a block there on Aguinaldo Neto to close off this third quarter, as the score sits at 49 to 38 in favor of Morocco. And you can see some highlights there. And there goes when Angola made all the difference on that 9-0 run. And a very good job by Coach Mohamed Mesbahi to just get his team back into composure after letting Angola run off with that 9-0 run, to come back and extend that lead again up to 11 in double figures. As you can see, Wandumba there, and a foul that most people, including Coach, thought was an unsportsmanlike foul. And there goes Morocco, moving the ball well, and that man Bahmad just collecting all the spoils under the rim, especially because of the way that they were defending the likes of Karim and Ryan Soli. He's picking up the spoils as the defense overextends itself, and he picks up the spoils.
Here's an interesting fact. Both teams have shot the ball pretty awful from the free throw line. Morocco is sitting at 45%, Angola is sitting at 53%. Both teams have shot very awful from the three-point line as well.
Not the type of game they want, but I mean...
Morocco at 27%.
Big rebound there, and kicked out to Ryan Soli.
Angola at 40% from the three-point line, and that's poor. It's not going to get it done.
And good ball movement. Albaze with a three, does not fall. Picked up by Carvalho, and Carvalho finds Makina, also known as the Machine.
That's an interesting nickname, Machine.
His surname actually means machine in English. So it's a nickname that he's then adopted as a result of that.
I see. Translating from Portuguese to English.
And Wandumba there. Morocco playing good defense to just force Angola into the full use of the shot clock. And not a good kick out there by Omar Kahem. And he's going to be disappointed with himself because he knows just what he's capable of.
Absolutely. Both teams have stepped up the defense. It's going to be tight from here all the way through. Good hands by El Bazi, finding his teammate.
And just some good patience there by Omar Kahem. And not the start that Angola was hoping for. And one of the leading scorers, Angola's leading scorers, Mateus Abraham, on the bench due to foul trouble, sitting on 3 fouls. And Neto will be the man they look to get them going. And it will be Angola ball. And Neto steps off.
That's a very interesting substitution. by coach Apolinario Paquet.
And there's still another substitution. And the coach, Mesbahi, has asked for a review because he believes that the last touch was by Angola. And it was that tipping play of the rebound after Neto's miss that they're trying to assess whose ball that was. And the referees and the table officials still going over that review to try and adjudicate or see whose ball that is. And we'll see what the referee's decision is after the review. It is still Angola's ball. So Coach Mesbahi's call for review there was unsuccessful. And the ball is now with Mateus Abraham, who passes to Josemar Cesar, and there's another miss there, and you can see Angola's sprinting to just get back on defense. And Carvalho gets off with the steal, and there's the machine, and he gets it tipped.
Machine is broken.
Beautiful display there, and beautiful finish. Ryan Kareem just wheeling and dealing.
You gotta love Ryan Kareem, his composure, his sense of knowing where he is, and just understanding of basketball.
And they're getting a lot of tips as that man misses the ball. Ryan Solly misses the layup as he gets fouled by Josemar Cesar.
I don't see anybody short shooting. I don't see anybody in this Angolan team who will do any scoring for them when Neto is on the bench and Cambono is on the bench. I'm betting to see who would do any of those, taking care of the basketball and scoring, if those two players are sitting on the floor. I'm afraid right now they cannot turn into anybody to do the scoring or even taking care of the ball. My suggestion would be bring back Neto, bring back Cambono, and see how it plays out. You got 7 minutes left. It's the last quarter. It's the quarterfinals of the Under-18 African Championships. Those guys cannot sit more than 2 minutes, or more than a minute for that matter. They can just go get a quick breather and come back.
And there's that man, Neto. And this tip-off is what called the review by Coach Mesbahi, but this man's ability to just wheel and deal. And there's again another run, and the foul there as Ryan Solly gets fouled. Just a frustration play there by Josemar Cesar.
Yep, so I mean clearly right there, you know, there's a switch of roles. The assistant coach is now really barking instructions, trying to throw something up. Head coach is standing on the side, throwing his hands up. It gets to that sometimes when you're frustrated as a coach. You're feeling that they're not getting you're actually not getting the message across to your guys, and you let somebody else have a different voice, maybe they will respond to that person.
And we coming back here where Ryan Solly will be shooting 2. And he converts the first one. And he's just been on an absolute tear as he now sits with 18 points.
He's been dominant. He's been playing basketball completely different from everybody else on the floor so far. He's been,
and you can see that there's some sort of structure, a different level of structure now after the assistant coach took over to give them some instructions. And like you mentioned, who's going to do the scoring for them with Kamboma and Neto being on the bench? And Neto just steps in.
I think they need to prepare Kambono.
And Jose Marceza, 3-pointer, no good. And Morocco will break out in transition.
Angola has been poor shooting the three-point, because they've been shooting it at literally at about 14% so far, and that is not going to cut it. Especially
13.3% to be exact.
Yep.
But I mean, this is the type of basketball that they play, as that man Omar Karim adds salt to the wounds of the Angolan fans there, as the difference is now up to 20, as he records his 18th point. Carvalho will shoot, and Carvalho will make. And that's exactly what you want, are the players to give you a contribution, an important contribution, when some of your leading players and your stars are unable to do so.
Look at the ball movement.
Everybody is in place.
Yep, everybody touching the basketball on offense.
And Morocco played with their foot there as Neto breaks out here. And he gets fouled by Omar Karim. And that's only his first foul of the game.
But you gotta give it to Karim. He's not letting Neto, getting to the cup or giving him anything free.
And I mean, it's not an easy defensive assignment, considering his offensive load too. It certainly is something great. And Neto will step up and shoot a 3, unable to drop. Much better transition defense there by Omar Karim, but Omar Karim just breaks it so easily. Fast break pass there, just tipped, so the ball will remain with Angola here. 20 seconds left in the shot clock, and they get an inbound, a baseline inbound play. And they're going to need to go on a serious defensive run, similar to the one they had in the third quarter.
Oh, they need that run as soon as yesterday, because right now it's not looking good for them. They are not converting easy ones.
And Neto playing some selfless basketball there, trying to get all his teammates involved. But then Mateus Abraham missing that in front of the hoop.
Oh, great footwork. Even though he misses that one, but that's excellent footwork.
Carvalho with the ball, finds Mateus.
Again.
And he misses that too. And Angola just continues to squander the opportunities.
Yeah, it's one of those days, one of those games. The Moroccan team are just a much better basketball team than the Angolan team right now. execution and otherwise.
And Angola has 6 players on the court right now. And Neto's being told to sub, and he's not. And he eventually comes off.
Again, that's an interesting. Again, this is another interesting sub as far as I'm concerned. I mean, out of all the guys on the floor, he's the one guy that I don't want him out of the court at this point in time, especially. Not unless the coach has given up, he's saying, oh, we lost, and then it's all good.
Unless he's throwing in the towel, but I mean,
Absolutely.
you have just under 5 minutes to play, and it's only a 17-point game. Still lots of basketball to be played. And Kamboma was on the bench for a large part of this quarter. And Celestino Augusto misses that shot. And
again, I mean,
Moroccan ball.
Nobody's taking accountability on offense because they're so used to play with Neto, and that they throw the ball to Neto. He's the guy that dictates, he's the guy that gets them going. But at the moment, everybody's just passing the buck. Nobody's willing to shoot the ball. Nobody's willing to do anything with the ball.
And Angola deploys a full court man. But Albaze, with that composure, breaks it and defines that man. Omar Karim. And Albaze finds, and it's a long 3-point shot, not good by Ryan Mukrim. And they continue playing, and that man drops a 3, and he shows just how cold it is in this arena. With all that ice in his veins, Ryan Soli now on 22 points and making this a 20-point game.
I can safely call this one. I think Morocco is winning this.
Good hustle there by Wandambo.
Again, tipped out of his hands as he's driving.
And Neto comes back. As Josemar Cesar steps off the court. And another wide miss under the rim by Celestino Augusto. And Ryan Soli, hit check. Celestino Augusto gets the rebound. And they're going to need Neto to pull a rabbit out of a hat here. And he does just that as he gets fouled. He's been a prolific free throw shooter so far at 82%.
No, I think at this point in time he's thinking, well, you know what? If I want to go out, I'm going to go out swinging. There's no point of trying to, just being out there simply because the game is really getting out of, it's getting out of touch for them, out of reach. There's a 20-point lead with 2 minutes, 58 seconds. I'm safely saying that Morocco has got this one in the bag. No question about it. No matter what Angola does from this point onwards, I don't think they'll be able to get into 20 points because there's not enough scoring personnel.
As Neto scores that one.
Yeah, there's not enough scoring personnel in the Angolan team except for Neto and Kambono.
And he makes the second one at least. He's now up to double digits. And he's going to play a full court man. Noah Albaze. And he manages to get that interception. And it's as though he's taken it upon himself, like you said, to go out swinging on both ends of the floor.
Oh, he has no choice but to do that.
As you mentioned, this Angolan team 2 years ago in Madagascar, they were fourth as they lost in the third and fourth playoff against Mali. And rebound picked up by Kamboma. Neto with the ball. And he chooses to go all the way and pass that to Mateus Abraham, who misses that. And Udela with the ball. And Udela will launch the three. He'll miss that. A sneaky play there by Omar Karim.
He's slick, this kid. Very slick.
As he tries to get a breather. And the substitution happening. Morocco will bring on Mohamed Bahmad as Hatim Lashir goes to the bench.
Coach Mohamed Mesbah is not taking chances. He has a starting 5 with 2 minutes to go. Up 18, still on the floor, trying to make sure and secure victory.
And the foul there called against Aguinaldo Neto. And Angola will really have to lock in on defense and get those fouls. Oh, very well done there. But it just steps out.
But you can tell what you wanted to do, right?
I think everybody knows that Michael Jordan move on the New York Knicks.
Absolutely.
And Neto hits the deck hard.
Yeah, he's been meant to work extra hard for his points. I think Morocco's done a very good job on really policing where he is and making sure that if he has to get something, it's got to be a hard 2, or he's going to go and earn it on the line.
And I mean, on the line, it's been 100% so far. And he continues with that streak of being 100% on the free throw line. Now 5 for 5 and 11 points for him today. And he makes that on 2, so he's 6 for 6. So 12 points for him. Half his points have come from the free throw line. And he's had a terrible shooting night on the 3-point line as he stands at 0 for 6. In fact, an overall shooting night as he's at 3 for 16 field goal attempts.
Yeah, I mean, the whole team of Angola had a horrible night shooting the basketball today. And it's unlike an Angolan basketball team because you generally are very good shooters of the basketball from the 2 and from the 3-point line in particular.
And Omar Karim looking for an opening, finds nothing, and Neto comes off with the rebound. And you can hear him pleading with the ref that he got fouled as he picks up yet another knock. But terrible fast break pass there by Morocco. And that man Neto, frustration after frustration, as it's been a terrible shooting night for him. And Angola, as well as Morocco, know that the ball will have to go through that man. Let's see what he does with this minute left. And there's a foul called against Mwandumba.
Yep, this one is done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that for free.
And that was a pass into his shooting pocket. Should have just gone up and taken the shot.
It makes no sense for an Angolan team not to have shooters. Neto continues to struggle from the field.
And very good defensive effort there by Marcelo Polino to deny Soli the ball. As you can see, Soli trying to tell the referee that he didn't touch the ball. And not the turnover you want, right into the hands of the defender there. And Morocco will then make the time run.
Yeah, I mean, they know it's all over. It's done. Celebration are starting on the bench of the Moroccan team.
And that'll bring us
Well,
Still one more possession.
We still have 21 seconds. See Coach Mohammed jumping up and down with his Moroccan boys. A game well played by Morocco, I must say.
He knows he's done a very good job, as this Moroccan team is now in search of the first ever podium finish here at the FIBA U18 AfroBasket. That'll be how we end this game, with the score at 61 for the Atlas Lions of Morocco to the 45 of Angola. An underwhelming performance by the Angolans as they bow out of this competition.